Evening, guys. Well, I've been on holiday for a week, and the week before I was working away, so first chance yet to the allotment, nearly 2 weeks. And my son forgot to come down and watch stuff in the greenhouse. He said, "Well, it's been raining," but he's busy as well. Right, let's spin around. Let's have a look. I'll just shrink this in a little bit. Now here, I think these is Celebrac. In here, I've got my Swiss chard, Cabo Kale. We've had a bit of wind around here, like everywhere else in the UK probably. We've got some curly kale in here. That's all now starting to grow. I'm just going to uncover these now because they've grown a bit now, so the pigeons may leave them alone. So let's take a little walk down here. These are all the potatoes. All these are dried out, as you can see. Those are dried. So I'm just going to cut the stalks off these. As you all know, these are the pumpkins. Very, very dry. That bed that they're in is absolutely bone dry because I think between the sweet corn and the pumpkins, they've just drawn all the water out what was in it. So as you can probably see how many pumpkins we've got. These are a fair few. So what I've actually done is I started to trim some off because I don't want too many. Because you can actually probably see down there, there's actually pumpkins growing. They've overtook this bed. So what I might actually do is I might actually trim this back a little bit. But as you can see, I've got a decent sized one there. That's roughly the size of my hand. So some of these I'm just going to trim back to let the other ones grow. I've got another cabbage I can take now. I did have one here. I took that before we went away. You can see some of these pumpkins are pretty big. Into the cage. Now I did cut the broccoli out and I left them to sprout like this, but obviously some of them are bolted. I'm just going to snap them off and then grow again. Red cabbages. Obviously it needs a bit of a de-weed in here. These are the other cabbages. Something was in here and started to attack him. I thought it was a caterpillar, but I think it's baby slugs that might have been in here. So I've got a couple more Savoys. I think there's a spring or round-headed. And so there's plenty of pumpkins. Let me just close that too before I forget. Now I've got one mini butternut squash growing there. That one is a butternut, but I did have some in here. These were the Ashkuri pumpkin, the edible ones, but they don't seem to have actually done anything. As you can see, the plant has probably died off because not enough water. But my son's been busy, can't really see much there. These are the potatoes. These are once again, they need just chopping down and leaving. I'm still getting fruit off these, besides the weeds. But that one's still a bit hard, that one. But you got to be careful you don't prick yourself with these because they are rather sharp. As you see, quite nice. Excuse me, Teddy King moment. Very nice. That one, trying to do the Great Escape. So that's open over the greenhouse. That was like when we actually first took over this plot. All this land, we just covered in them things. Spin your own stuff like that. This cover blown off. Pigeons have had a field day. Or caterpillars, not too sure. Excuse me, salivating. It's basically rather juicy. These are my Bertelli beans. Actually starting to grow now, but not really bushed out as such. But I'm getting a few. They're only thin, they're not really bulbed out as of yet. Once again, the ground is bone dry. And I'm getting flowers off Brian's plot. They're supposed to be there, but they're there. On this side, I've got French climbing beans, as you can see. and there's some on this side as well. Now they're perfect. These are real nice. But I can't remember the make of them. And my rhubarb, not going to do anything with that because it's a fresh plant. I'm just going to let it die down, put all energy back into its own soil. Got some bark chip. That's basically, I got it pretty cheap, so I bought some to do the pats. As you can see, I just need to do a bit of strimming, bit of weed kill down on the pats only, into the greenhouse. My son made me laugh. He said I didn't need to go around the allotment really because it's been raining. I said it won't rain inside the greenhouse though. But thankfully, I have the self-watering systems, and as you can see, look at the size of some of these. Some of the tomatoes, these can come off, they're going to stand a little bit soft. More cherry tomatoes, and we've got, this one's fell over, that's a tomato plant. I might have to give that a bit of a trim, but we've actually got more of the sweet peppers in there. More tomatoes. These are the black opal. These are ready to be picked. Another Teddy King moment. Very nice indeed. Now these are the pods, I can't remember the name of them. It's not got water in, but you can see it's been great. It's been dry here. This cucumber plant really hasn't done anything. I got one cucumber off it, so I won't be growing this variety called Emily next year. The windows have been open, both sides, but it's still getting hot in here. But we did have the door closed, so maybe that was not enough air, maybe. So a lot of these peppers can go. Looks like something has been munching on a couple of them, and the hose locks, they look a little bit dry, so this lot's going to get topped up. But not really. Is how this lot's looking at the moment. So we're going to give this bed, I'm just going to put the hose pipe on it and let it run in the middle for a fair bit of time. Paul Spot is actually starting to do stuff with us now, so it's looking good. The infamous grape tree. So what's it doing? Oh, we actually got black grapes. They feel like there's something on them, but not going to be very big because it's not too bad. Not a bad little bunch. So I'm just going to leave them to grow out. Stinging nettle in there. Look, stinging nettles growing out. Comfrey. This can get chopped back, so it's not too bad. I say comfrey's going to get chopped back. And I think my water butt is hanging on for dear life, because you can actually see now at the bottom it's creased and it's well and truly leaning, and you can see the water's rather green. No, it's not, actually it's clear, you can see the bottom. There is stuff in these containers. I've asked Alf what they are. He said he can't remember, so I may just tip it out and let it go into the ground, because it looks like it's either comfrey that's in there or nettle tea that he's made at some stage. I've actually got some glass to actually redo this, so once it dies down in winter I will be re-glassing it if it stays. And this really is the other side of the allotment. All in all, it's not looking too bad. These plastic containers, I'm going to chop them up and they're going to bin. and stuff here, bangweed, it gets everywhere. It's a pain. But you can actually see from the side, the cabbage is not doing too bad at all. That's just a quick one really, guys. Oh, hang on, let's just show me sweet corn themselves. I'm starting to get husks. So there they're growing. I think the good thing with them being up in the air on this double pallet, I don't think the foxes can get quite to it. But I'm not going to tempt fate. What they're doing alright for the time being. As you can see, they're pretty biggish. Looks like I've got 2 on that plant there. So the end of it is there. They need to plump up a bit more, but I feel like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim some of this, but I've got to be careful because obviously this vine here has actually got one on it. I'm taking that cabbage out. Oh, while we're here, I was on about it, the height of this thing, but look at the fruit that this has produced this year. It's massive, massive bunches of Victoria plums, and they're all the way up there. And if I go back here, spin you around a little bit so you can see how far I'm going, they're all the way up there. There's no way I can get to them. So the trees are going to get chopped about there, and then I'm going to make another bed there, and everything that comes out of there is going to go into there and make another raised beds like these double pallets. That's it. My pallet collars have not been borrowed, let's say. Now they're still there. That's about it, guys. It's just a short one really, and thanks for watching. For some reason, I don't know what's happened, but I've lost 200 subscribers, but nobody's unsubscribed. It's very odd. I've looked at YouTube, and the subscribers, the actual graph has been going up and up, but yet I know they've lost 200 subscribers, but it doesn't actually state. It just shows it's gone up, but doesn't show a dip in 200, and it's gone up gradually. So I don't know what's happened there. That's all the fun of YouTube, I suppose. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up. You can actually give me a thumbs down. It all helps with interaction. And thanks for watching, and see you all again. Bye bye.